Why, you guys? Kellyanne Conway explains how Trump could win the election. Check this out.
And we are back with Kellyanne Conway. So, Kelly, here's what I want to ask you. You know, when I was 12 years old, they made us go under the desk and hide because the nuclear bomb was about to hit. And I never brought my library books back because I thought, well, we're going to die anyway. What's the point? So, your guy, Donald Trump, he's very cavalier about using nuclear weapons. And, you know, and even Europe is off the table. I mean, what? Aren't you petrified? You have 4 children. That scares me more than any other stupid thing he has said.
Well, I'm concerned for everyone's children, and I will just say this to you: it's Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton who gave the excuse me, their president and Secretary of State. They did this Iran nuclear deal.
You're not answering that. You're not asking the question.
Well, here's how I answer the question.
The nuclear deal is a controversial thing in Iran. Wait a second. A lot of people believe that will prevent nuclear war for 10 years. Okay, but that's not my question. My question is his rhetoric is off the wall on this topic.
It's not, actually.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
And, you know, words mean a lot.
Words do matter.
I have a grandson. I want to see him get old.
Words do matter, and you should check out Hillary Clinton's words.
Again, with the Hillary Clinton.
Okay, we'll talk about Donald Trump.
Stick to Trump.
Donald Trump is winning. And in terms of the ABC poll, I think the most important thing... Nuclear thing?
What, he doesn't mean it? What? What do you think?
Here's what I think, that he will not give, as President of the United States and Commander-in-Chief, he will not strike a deal with Iran that gives them nuclear capability. Well, here's what he won't do.
Is it reckless
North Korea will...
Is his rhetoric reckless?
No, his rhetoric is not reckless.
So when he says, well, yeah, maybe we could use a nuclear bomb.
You're cherry-picking comments.
What's
You're
the
not
point of
looking at
having them if you don't use them, he said. What kind of talk is that?
And he has talked about what that means. He doesn't mean that he's going to go and use them. And first of all, this nation has many people in charge of them.
I like you.
Well, thank you. I like you, too.
I think that right here you're being delusional.
No, I'm not. I'm not being delusional.
I really do. You know, I like you a lot. You know, she's a nice Italian girl. This is a nice Italian girl.
Remember we talked.
But she scares me when she thinks that.
I'll tell you what scares me. I'll tell you what scares me. I tell you what scares me, though. What scares me is the fact that Hillary Clinton always puts Hillary first. It does. It scares me. Guys, you want her to be the President of the United States, and you should look at her entire record. You should see what she's done in office as Commander-in-Chief. She owns the Russia reset. She owns Syria. She owns Libya. She owns the Middle East. She has not proven herself to be fit or qualified to be Commander-in-Chief.
The opposite side of this argument is also that I think some of his appeal is the talk toughness that he has. That,
well, we'd like a tough leader,
I'm less afraid of rhetoric. I'm more afraid of terrorism. So I think that there is an appeal to someone who is
on the rise.
Tackle that.
Yes, it's on the rise. I want to say something about his supporters. I want to say something about his supporters. You mentioned earlier the one supporter in Arizona who I'm told by our head of security and a retired police department official from Arizona was removed from that rally. I immediately condemned it the moment I saw it publicly.
I'm sorry, I'm lost.
The guy in Arizona. And I want to tell you something. I go to these rallies with Donald Trump. I really want you to look at all of the people there, because some people get there, they're there for 8 hours. And you know why? They believe in him. They feel like they're part of a movement. They want to be there because they feel like he will make us more safe and more prosperous. And you can't just dismiss. You want to attack him and something he said, great, but you could do that.
Now, I heard that Melania is giving a speech. Does it start 7 years ago?
No, and it doesn't need to. It starts with...
When's the speech?
The speech is tomorrow at 2 p.m. outside of Philadelphia. I'll be with her. She's written a beautiful speech, and she's a wonderful person. I think people are very curious to hear what she has to say. She'll talk about her life here, her life in Slovenia, where she grew up, and the love of America when she was growing up, and how it was not enough to just know about America, but she wanted to be in America. And she waited 10 years through the normal channels.
That is exactly how most immigrants feel in this country.
And what she would do as First Lady.
They all love that America.
Yes, they all do.
You know, you're Italian. They kissed the ground when they came over here from Calabria.
I was raised to believe that the one thing that we had was we were blessed to be born and raised in this country, and that we had our family's name, and you keep your name clean.
Yeah, well, we did talk earlier about the show, about being able to respect both sides. I want to ask you about Russia. We talked about Iran. We talked about the nuclear deal. But Russia's involvement is also a big concern. Can you unequivocally say that Donald Trump has never done business with Russia, has never taken money from them, and never will?
That's what he's told me. And by the way, the New York Times buried on A21. Buried on A21, they buried the story that the FBI investigation into Russia produced nothing.
The audience is laughing because we haven't seen his tax returns. Then we would know something.
There's a one. Yes, I'm telling you. You know plenty. Here's what you know about Donald Trump. that Donald Trump fixes things, builds things, solves problems.
It's
Hillary
his
Clinton
name
went
on
from
everything.
dead broke to $250 million. No, it's not. It's not his
Somebody
name.
told me Trump
He
Tower was
employs
made
tens
with
of thousands
Chinese
of people,
steel.
including women. He employs tens of thousands of people, including women. And you
Really?
know,
I haven't
he's the
met him.
first Republican to ever elevate a woman to this position as presidential campaign manager.
Yeah, he loves women, right?
Yes,
Come
he does.
on.
Yes, he
Come
does.
on,
He's very
Kellyanne.
respectful toward women. And instead of, how about, I know we're not supposed to mention Hillary Clinton is also running for president. Went from dead broke to $250 million. You know what? People should ask them how they did that. They didn't hit the Powerball.
You know what?
They didn't
This
take
is
a
listen. This
company
guy has
public.
lost more money than most of us will ever make in our lifetime.
Self-made
He
billionaire.
has lost more money.
He's the
If you want to talk about nitpicking, I just want to know what his actual plan is. I love that you come and you make a very good argument for him. Something he seems incapable of doing for himself.
Then why is he winning in your
You know,
polls?
he's winning in the polls because lots of innuendo. He's played this like you play Apprentice. You put a little innuendo out there and you make it bad for your opponent. I know his show. I know his shtick. I get it. The polls go like this and they always have. But we're not going to know anything. Nobody's celebrating anything until the day after. And if he becomes the president, then he will be the president. But if she becomes the president, you don't have to deal with the same thing.
I will.
Okay?
I certainly will.
And
But
he
by the
will.
way,
Very
he
good.
says
Well,
he will be the president
no,
of all
I'm
people,
just
including
saying.
those who don't support him.
Yeah,
And
I
look,
heard him
a
say
week
I don't
ago,
believe it, but
everybody
that's
was
okay.
celebrating
Oh, am I
ABC
talking?
poll
I'm so
50 to
sorry.
38.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll just sit here.
We want to say, Kellyanne, I mean, there are a lot of mixed emotions and mixed opinions about Donald Trump. We want to say you are a class act, and regardless of how anyone feels, I know that SNL tipped their hat to you in describing what a day off for you might look like.
Might look like.
Take a look.
Of course, black people don't have one less toe than white people. Of course, children are not just shrunken down humans.
I know your children are going to be happy to have their mom back. You're a mother of 4, but we also have a gift for you. I'm not sure what kind of benefits you get as being an employee of the Trump organization, but we wanted to give you a gift certificate to the Trump Spa.
Oh, my goodness.
To the Trump Spa.
I've never been.
You've never been to the Trump Spa? Well, there you go. You don't know the Trump Spa.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Thank you. Very sweet. Thank you, ladies. And I encourage everyone to vote and express your voice and your choice. And I want to say that we appreciate the platform and the view. And if you will welcome President-elect Trump, he will be here.
All right, come back after your election and we'll talk.
I'll be in.
Okay, Kelly.
In Moscow.
Why, you guys? It was one person that actually knows something versus a panel of just demons. I know we say this a lot that people should stop going there, but I absolutely love it to see people go there and just end them and just destroy them in arguments and debates. 4 people versus 1 Kellyanne. They couldn't handle her. She held her own. She held her ground. The amount of rudeness on this episode is probably in my top 5. Maybe 1 for sure. It's probably number 1 for sure. But she literally held her composure while being attacked by these idiots, and she just told facts. I don't like when you ask someone to speak and then they start speaking, then you talk over them. It's like, do you want to hear what they have to say, or do you want to keep trying to prove your point, which is nothing? Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and as always, let me know what to react to. We're out.